Hi, in this video I will talk to you about Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. Alright, so this is what you need in order to be happy. There's this pyramid called Maslow's hierarchy of human needs, right? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections that have a name. I'm going to take it out of here. Let's see. And then it's got 3 sections. Alright, so I'll show you the one that I made. Alright, I'm showing you the top part, right? And then the bottom part are these 4, right? Alright, so now you see what it looks like. It's a pyramid, alright? It's supposed to be a pyramid. The other one is copyrighted, so I don't know. But this one's mine. So I'll start at the bottom, right? Physiological needs. These needs deal with your body. And I've named 4 things, right? Food, water, sleep, sex, and I'm thinking of air now, 5, right? But these are the things that your body has to have in order to stay alive. This is just alive. That's it. Alright. The next need is called safety. Safety needs deal with security, physical safety, your body safety, and psychological or mental safety. For instance, if we could be alive, we have food, we have water, we could sleep, we could have sex, we could be alive, but let's say that we're on a raft in the middle of the ocean. We have food, we have water, however, our mental state, our brain is saying that we're in danger. We're not on a boat. We're in the middle of the ocean. There are sharks everywhere. Our mind is not going to let us rest. And then physical safety, we're at the same time, we're having too much sun with no shelter, right? We're not thinking about sex at that moment, are we? We're having brain insecurity, and we're having physical safety issues. Another one could be you're on an airplane and there's a storm and the airplane's going up and down, and then you're having physical safety issues, all right, that are keeping you from being happy. The third, on a higher level, so we started with food, then security and psychological, physical safety. Then we continue to the third human need, or the third section, talks about belonging. Belongingness and love. Belongingness and love. And they use 3 words here. Affiliation. Affiliation. And what I transfer that to is, like, do you have a family? Are you somehow connected to life? A family would give me a sense of affiliation. Whether you come from a good family, a bad family, that's another issue. But alright, the next one is acceptance. Acceptance. Do you feel accepted in life? For instance, some people don't feel accepted. What women do is they accept the man as he enters her body, or as he becomes more than a stranger. How about that? You get accepted by that's what women do for me. They make me feel accepted. The third one in the third section here, belongingness and love, is affection. Affection. And I'm going to call that cuddling. Because all the time, I don't need food or sex. I would love to have some cuddling. Or like if you have a cat and the cat starts purring, you put the cat on your chest and you hug the cat, you pet the cat, and the cat starts purring. The cat is talking to you. As you touch the head of the cat moves towards your hand. The cat is interacting with you. It's called cuddling. Monkeys, I believe, do that. Not necessarily in the cuddling, but yes, even in the cuddling, they hug each other. Maybe they're all cold, but they're all giving each other warmth. Cuddling. And all of these are versus rejection and disrespect. So the third section was belongingness and love. So we have affiliation, a family, acceptance, when a woman accepts a man, affection, that is cuddling, like the cat is purring. You need some sort of small children, they use a little doll and they hug the doll, and that is versus being rejected and disrespected. The fourth need in this section is called esteem. These are called the what needs? Where is that page? Oh, these are called the basic needs. This is the fourth basic need. Esteem. Esteem. We've heard of the word esteem or self-esteem. For instance, do you like esteem? Do you like this other person? Here we go. We got competence. Competence. Do you have competence? For instance, it says here, I am useful. I wrote it. I wrote that one, all right? I am useful. So I get competence. I am useful to my son. I taught him Tai Chi Chuan and how to block a punch. I am useful to my son. He climbs a tree that's about, what? The branch is 5 feet off the ground. It's not that tall. I have, number one, he's strong enough to climb it, and I am useful because I am the one that encourages him. Now, I didn't ask him to climb a tree that's 100 feet high, all right? Now, that would be different. But competence. You need more self-esteem. You need to love yourself. You need to be useful, is the way I get love. All right. The next, in the esteem needs, there are 3 things. Competence. I am useful. That is competence. Approval. Approval is from others. People need me. Now you have to approve of yourself. For instance, there are some people that would say, I would not give myself a job. Why did this guy give me a job? Or maybe the body language says that, you know. Or maybe just because you may be too tall, too short, too fat, too skinny, and you see a beautiful girl and you say, oh, she's not going to like me. You don't know that. You could have a good guess, but until you ask her, you will not know. So in approval, I wrote down, people need me. It's the first one is competence. I am useful to other people. That's the way I'm writing these down. Approval. People need me, so they approve of me. it's like a job recommendation. The third point here is recognition. Now, these are some type of self-love needs, esteem, right? You feel competent. You're able to drive a car. You're able to fix cars as a mechanic. You feel competent. You have a lot of confidence because you are useful. Competence comes from being useful. Bruce Lee said his competence came, or his confidence came from his extraordinary skill in martial arts. That's where he got his confidence from. Approval. People need me. If you're a mechanic, you get approval from all your customers. They're happy to see you. Now, you can fix their car, so they're happy to see you. Now, recognition. Recognition, I wrote it down here. My kids listen to me. I could be wrong in all of these things, but these are the basic needs, and we have a need to be recognized. There are some people that are narcissistic, or they want to make you feel inferior. Like, how dare you come into my space? I am the king, you get out of here. Alright? Or kiss my hand. Here, kiss my hand. You. Alright? Whereas recognition, that would be like, you could tell your girlfriend that you like her, that you love her, but if you buy her one flower or a plant, or I would prefer a plant, but then that's she would recognize something. She would say, oh, this guy is nice to me. Right? Alright, the next section is about the growth needs. There are 3 growth needs. And we begin with the first growth need is cognitive. Cognitive is awareness to me, and I wrote it down, it's knowledge. It talks about knowledge. That's what they wrote. They wrote cognitive and the word knowledge and the word symmetry. So let's talk about knowledge. In cognitive, it's almost like, I understand what life is about. Now, if you're 20 years old, chances are you don't know certain things. When I read Think and Grow Rich, it talked about people waking up at the age of 40, and that it's very difficult to wake up before you're 40. And that was, when was he alive? 50 years ago? Maybe longer than that. When was Napoleon Hill alive? So it says that we're all sleeping, or we're all not as intelligent or knowledgeable about life about life until we get to be old, like 40 years old. It's almost like the big difference between a single person that's, I'll say 13 years old, and a married person that's 30 years old. There's a big difference, right? Provided that the 13-year-old has never been married, has never been cooking, has never been doing laundry, has never been dealing with it is possible somehow for a 13-year-old to have more experience in life than a 30-year-old, but let's just say that is not the usual case. So we got Cognitive. This is the first growth need. We need to have knowledge and then I wrote that down as understanding what life is about. On the radio, I heard a man say, "What is life about?" One word: kids. Because at 40, I know 100 things more than these kids that are less than 20, or even more than 20-year-olds. All right? And symmetry is the next topic here under cognitive. My mind and body are happy. Symmetry, to me, I heard about Denzel Washington, and that he had, I forgot if the word was symmetrical or asymmetrical face, meaning that he had the same, his eyebrows were the same on the right side, and on the left side they were the same type of eyebrows in his face. Like some people, they constantly have their mouth to one side or to the other, or their eyebrow up. Their face looks different somehow, right? So symmetry, but I wrote it down in dealing with my mind and body are happy. My mind is happy because I have internet, all right? What does my body care about internet? My body is happy because I'm sitting on a comfortable bed with pillows on my back, all right? That's symmetry. That's what I'm happy about. The next growth need, the second one before, right, is, and these are higher levels. So first you need to know what life is about, and you need to have a happy mind and a happy body. And the next level is, and all the time we're trying to fix these things. We're trying to make sure our mind is happy. Perhaps we put nice music, and we're trying to make sure that our body is happy. So what do we do with it? We might take it swimming. Yes, you might love swimming, but it might be because your body, it's too hot and you enjoy swimming, or you enjoy some activity that your body does. For instance, a sumo wrestler and a long distance runner, can they be friends? Yes. However, what? Their bodies ask for different things, right, to make them happy. Alright. The second growth need that we have is aesthetic. 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 And I wrote that, oh, they wrote, I think, the word goodness. Aesthetic needs. Growth needs. Goodness. And what I wrote is, I am good. Or I like myself. I am a good person. I like being good. I don't like going around being a bully, punching other people just because I'm bigger than they are. Let's say that I have a bunch of kids at the park that are only kids that cannot defeat me normally, right? Normal kids, 5-year-olds, and I go and punch them. I mean, that doesn't make me feel good. So I am good because I don't go around bothering people. I don't do that anymore. I don't even bother this spouse here. She taught me a lesson. She won the war because she Baker acted me twice. So she won the argument. All right. So now I just put up my own defense mechanism, and I am good. I'm actually a wonderful husband. Every time she comes in here, I tell her, you look beautiful. When she leaves, I said, have a beautiful life. I say 3 things, but I forget what they are. I say, muy bien, que te vaya bien, que seas feliz, que tengas una linda vida. Very well, that it will go well with you wherever you go, that you will have a nice life, and that may you be happy wherever you go. So those are blessings that I speak forth to this spouse just about daily. Sometimes if she's upset, then I get back into robot. And the robot says, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Now, you may not have to be as spineless as myself. Spineless, like, why do you tell this woman, just get out of my room? No, why don't you just fight back? Well, I don't do that because I live in this house, which we own jointly, but it isn't jointly. Because, number one, she has lied. She could just call the cops again and off I go. So, the police, they don't see, what is the word? It's not equal. There is no such thing as equal. On the Declaration of Human Rights, it's the Universal Declaration of Human Rights says that we are all born equal, etc. But in everybody's prejudiced against a man, all right? In other places, it's against a woman, but over here, it's the reverse. In the United States, Florida. So aesthetic growth needs, they deal with goodness, beauty, truth, and justice. Goodness is I am good. I am a good person, right? Now, I'm not talking about Christianity right now, because in Christianity, I think it was Jesus that said that even he is not good, that there's only one that is good, and that is God, and everybody else is not good, so who knows, right? However, I'm saying that I am a good person because I haven't gone to the playground and punched a 5-year-old, all right? So I'm good. I'm a good person. Now, beauty, these are growth needs. We need to grow in beauty. So beauty, that's that desire you have. Perhaps you want to buy a pickup truck. All right, you feel like a man when you drive a pickup truck, and maybe you say a pickup truck is perfect because you can put the tricycle on the back for the kids. All right, you're thinking in that way. So I wrote down in beauty, my home. I love this room, especially since I figured out how to use that air conditioner. You know, it used to make me too cold, and I had to get up every couple of minutes every half hour to turn it off or something. And then a half hour later, I had to go turn it back on. But I finally learned to use the knobs, twisting. All right, so beauty. My home is beautiful. My body is beautiful. I do like my body. The way God has made me at 40, I do like it. I am very happy with this body. I don't have to do certain things to this body like other people. Like, have you heard of people that go to dialysis? On Monday they could be walking around and you say hello and they look normal, and then on Thursday when they go to dialysis and they come back in a wheelchair and you don't even recognize the person. You know, it's a completely different person, but they chose to live even though they have to go through that every week. I don't know if I would go through that every week. All right, so beauty. My home, my body, and family are beautiful. I do have a beautiful family. It's not perfect. All right, humans are not perfect. And then for truth and justice, you need a growth to feel growth. Are you growing in truth and justice? Are you being fair? to your children? Are you being truthful, or are you correct in the way you live your life? For instance, there was this man that was talking in one of the blogs about gun ownership, and he mentioned that he would behave in such a way among people now that he was carrying his concealed gun every day. So he would say, I will behave in such a way so that nobody gets angry at me. That means he has to drive in such a way. He will not drive if he's feeling tired. He will pull over. He will not be in a rush to defeat this other car from getting to the red light. He will drive courteously, politely. Alright, so the final growth need is called self-actualization, self-fulfillment. And to feel fully alive and happy, I wrote down, I enjoy my time. I spend many hours by myself. Yes, many hours by myself all day long here. However, I enjoy my time because I do compare myself to those in prison. The ones in prison, there was one I read about that was in solitary confinement. 13 years without going outside, without feeling the breeze. Alright, so I have the simple pleasures. I have a dog that loves me. I have a bicycle so that the dog can pull me and I can keep up with her. And she only pulls me for what? 20 minutes. Then when I park the bicycle, I tie her to the bicycle and then I spar with my son. Alright. So I enjoy my time. I enjoy taking a shower when I do that. I think I've done that twice today. Well, it's very hot in the summer. I enjoy my body. I am taking care of it. I do exercise with it. I ride the bicycle. I am a champion. It doesn't matter that every Olympic athlete can defeat me, or that every high school athlete can defeat me. It doesn't matter, all right? What matters is that I enjoy my body. And then again, maybe there are 7-year-olds that can do more push-ups than I can, or they can do go faster on their bicycles or go for a longer distance. It doesn't matter. I enjoy my body. And I feel self-actualized. As far as right now, I'm beginning to change, and God is creating through me different, and God will create through you also, different desires and different beliefs. Like now, I do believe that I could do the goals that I have. Alright? Before I used to be negative thinking. I used to say, oh, I will never be able to do that. I will never be able to do that also. Or now I'm thinking very soon, because I am taking action every day to do these things. I feel actualized because I enjoy my activities. Keep a life journal. That's fine. You can write things down. I went to the park today. I played with my son today. I sparred today for 17 minutes with him. I timed it. I tasted a pine needle that was green for the first time in my life. And then my son told me to spit it out, which I'm glad he did, because before that I was thinking about swallowing it. I tasted another little Is it a fruit from this tree that was green? And I remember in Honduras we used to put them inside something that looked like bamboo, and we used to blow them, and then we could hit a tree with it. They were like marbles, but smaller. So enjoy your life, enjoy your time, enjoy your body, enjoy your activities, and keep track of what you are doing. For instance, I'm keeping track of how much exercise I do. Now, I'm not talking about bicycle riding. I'm talking about the exercises in this room that I do. And I started with, I started doing like 50, but then I went back to 30, because if it gets too difficult, the exercise I'm doing, which involves the wrists and strengthening my, my punches and my wrists and the back and so on, the exercises that I'm doing, they are, what about them? I made them easier. I made them 30 instead of 50. And I do them for 2 minutes once a day. This way I build on success. Not that I want to do them for 60 minutes when a year from now. No, I think 2 minutes is long enough, or 30 of them is far enough. However, I will, you see, for me, I cannot do like the weightlifting. That gets boring. So I would like canoeing, right? Canoeing, or rowing a boat. I would like boxing, kickboxing, by the way, elbows and knees and so on, kicks. I enjoy those activities. I don't enjoy weightlifting for a long time. Now with kettlebells, it would be different. Like for instance, if I have the 35-pound kettlebell, which is a little bit too heavy for me. It's too heavy. How I know it's too heavy is because I don't use it. All right, I have it right out there and I don't use it. So the way to build up to it is to have a 30-pound and maybe even a 25-pound, and maybe even I have a 20-pound. Right, that's my son's, but he doesn't use it as much either. So he might need a 15-pound. And if we have a 15, a 20, 25, a 30, and a 35. At least for myself, I'll be able to do 10 of these and then move on and do 10 more and then do 10 more and then do 10 more and then 10 more, and in 5 minutes I'm done, and I've done something. I feel happy about it. Whereas, let's say I'm sleeping at 6 o'clock in the morning and I promised myself I would get up and do the kettlebells. I'm not going to do them if they're 35, or for you maybe they're a 100-pound kettlebell. You're not going to do it. You're going to start off at less than your maximum. Start off at, I think for me I should start off at 20, which is the one that my son has. But then I would like to get, it gets boring because the 20, that's all right when you wake up in the morning. But after you do your 10 of the 20, you want to do the 25. So I need the 25-pounder. So that you feel, and then finally when you finish doing your exercises in 5 minutes, because I don't want to do I don't like doing 8 hours of exercise. In 5 minutes, 6:05, I've done the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35. Oh, now I feel as strong as I am. I feel happier. Instead of just when you wake up in the morning and you're like, even Bruce Lee did not do his V-sets or his particular exercises that demanded most strength. When he got up in the morning, he started on a stationary bicycle on the movie that I saw about him. I mean, he just did that for 15 minutes, or I don't know, maybe it was half hour, I don't know. And from there, that was just to wake up his body. From there, he moved on to running. Maybe he ran once around the park, or maybe it was 5 times around the park. Maybe it was 5 miles, maybe it was 10 miles, I don't know. And from there, he would move on to something else. And from there, he would move on to something else. And then perhaps later, he would have his classes and he would teach his students. Yes. Build like a step by step. And then you will achieve your goal. Enjoy your life. Be better than I am. Live alone. I'm serious. It'll be better for you. Live in a tiny trailer. There are these things called teardrop trailers. They're so tiny. Harbor Freight Tools has them for, well, just the wheels, the trailer, for less than $300, plus less than $100 for shipping. So $400 plus then whatever material so you can build it. Alright, enjoy your life, be better than I am. Can you imagine being 18 years old and you built your own little tiny room with your tiny stove and your tiny fridge? Can you imagine being 10 years old and having built one? It's a beautiful project, even if you're not going to live in it full time. At least when you go to the beach, you could take it. You have your own porta potty, your own toilet, your own shower and everything. Be better than I am. Thank you.